win it early, and if they don't, they're completely screwed. And Empire has a pretty nice early game draft, a lot of AoE, so I'm gonna go with Empire.
All right, I'm thinking OG. Let's find out what's gonna happen in the first game of Empire versus OG. Over to ODPixel and Fog.
Hello.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. I'm ODPixel. I'm here with Fog, and we're ready for game 1 of day 2 at DreamLeague Season 8. OG versus Empire. We're in the lineups. What are we thinking, Fog? Do you?
Well, we got a lot of stuff wrong here.
Okay.
So it's going to be No-Tail playing the Visage, Resolution playing the CK, and it's going to be Chappie playing the Doom and Ghostic playing the Veno. So safe lane Doom,
yeah.
off lane Veno. They're completely switching it up to not have to deal with, to not make their lanes as weak and try to deal with that Chen. It seems like they're adjusting just because of the way the picks are.
So safe lane Doom. Well, what do we think about that? Because that's not something that we see every day.
No, they're both just trying to switch the way that they pressure. That's what it looks like to me. It looks like they don't want like the Veno, like Blitz was saying, the Veno and the AA, if they were bottom versus a Chen, they can't do anything. Like they're just gonna get ran over by the Chen creep, and the Panda's gonna get absurdly farmed. So now maybe with like the Doom, they're thinking, okay, we can at least eat the creep, and we'll always be able to get farm on Chappie. So we'll see how it works out for them. And these two teams, I mean, of course, Empire, they played with Rezo. Like they know how he plays a lot, so we'll see how Empire's able to adjust versus this. And if this dual aggro lane will kind of work out for them, this Veno Night Stalker, and I'm assuming we'll have some rotations coming out all over the place on this map as soon as we start recognizing the lanes.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of moving around tended to happen here. As we were saying, of course, coming into this one, OG, a bit of a dry spot recently in qualifying, so the Dream League major, and I mean everything for these guys. They need to pull out performances, and every game counts. As we've seen, Empire already having a few losses coming off the back of day 1. Also going to be fighting very hard for this series here. And against OG, you know, it's still this team that's got this incredible history. And as a side, if you can beat OG, you're going to be feeling pretty damn good. It's going to be a huge boost to the morale for Empire.
Yeah, they need it. I think they had such like unfortunate losses the other day. They were very close to winning pretty much all their games, so they might be feeling a little bit grim. But right away, asserting their dominance with the Veno Night Stalker, and they're able to claim themselves 3 runes. Like we said, you know, Disruptor, super weak early on in the lane if he's versus multiple heroes. CK also takes a little bit of time to become that prominent hero.
So what do we think about this mid lane matchup? They picking the Queen of Pain. It's questionable whether they knew that Visage was going to be mid, but potentially they did assume it. Is this the lane that the Quap should come out on top of before the sort of level 6 comes out, or could there be difficulties for FN?
The thing is that Visage doesn't really do a whole lot until you have 6. You can't really die too much unless there's rotations coming in, and you can't shove the wave out. So once FN starts getting a couple levels and like the Scream, he can always push the wave in, get rune control, and that's going to be the power of where the Night Stalker moves around and checks runes for him. So I think it's going to be fairly even, but I would probably give FN the advantage. I also think FN is just a better laner than No-Tail, because No-Tail doesn't play mid so much anymore. So.
Sure.
And Shadow Strike early, pretty annoying versus the Gravekeeper's Cloak. But yeah, you see the trades are already kind of coming out. Once the Gravekeeper Cloak levels start coming out, it becomes much harder for the Queen of Pain. And if a Chen shows up, this makes it...
this makes things a whole lot,
makes it pretty grim.
A lot more difficult. But top lane, Fly actually being gone on him. Aposhka looking to finish him off the trees, and the creep's sort of blocking him out
here.
So
he loses vision!
Fine.
He just had vision for the Void and lost it.
Oh, now Aposhka's kind of deep. He should be fine. Very tanky on this level 1 Night Stalker.
Very close.
But yeah, that's a bit of fortune there for Fly. Being able to fog Aposhka.
It's like split sec. He literally just had lost vision. But lots of regen have to be expended. Disruptor's going to be sitting pretty low. Ghostic went top with the full stat build on the Venomancer, 4 branches and a circlet with 8 tangos, so he should be pretty healthy on regen, and he's quite tanky up there. So yeah, bottom, they're putting out some pressure, and yeah, you see the tornado on your
mid lane's going to get annoying for FN, yeah. And I mean, look at the damage. FN, yeah, he has to get himself out of there. Tornado causing some issues indeed for the Quap, and that's going to allow No-Tail to start to get a bit of a lead in the mid lane CS. Still very close though, 10 for 1 against the 8 for 2. And bottom lane as well, Chappie on the Doom. The support backup has certainly helped, but he's not losing out on CS. Maybe as much as I thought he may do, because laning against a Brew, especially against him as a melee hero, is never good fun. But Chappie seems to be coping fine with it.
Yeah, Chappie's doing okay, but the issue is that, you know, S4 is getting full.
Sure, yeah, S4 is getting
full in this off lane. He's free farming and getting full experience as well.
Up top this time round, they'll get it. Fly
they do.
Gets caught out. Resolution. So you think he can maybe do something in return? He's just taunting with it by the looks of it. Doesn't want to go full in on his own. It's just the level 2 there.
Look at mid. Look at where Vanscore's positioned. He's waiting.
Oh, with
for
this, no one expects the AA level 1 courier snipe.
It's dead. Bye-bye.
You can't do anything against that sort of play. You don't expect it. It happens, and Vanscore walks out with a big smile on his face.
FN is probably like, I love you so much right now. My mid lane's pretty brutal.
Fly's going to see if he can maybe catch Vanscore on the way out. And we've got level 2 on Fly. Level 1 on Vanscore, they'll trap him in.
S4's coming in the rotation too to try to get the catch. He should be able to with his boots, and yeah, bye-bye Vanscore.
So you get the courier, but the offlane OG S4 does manage to get himself a kill. So it's sort of an okay trade, I feel. You know, S4 is going to be loving it, as you say. No-Tell isn't going to be as happy. Top lane though, Resolution getting dove upon. He's ticking down. 20 HP.
Oh, he's actually only level 1 Gale.
Alright, he's out.
He went for the 1-1-1 build on the Veno. I thought he had the 2 points in the Gale.
Rezo did have the salve out as well, so he's going to be able to stick around in that lane. But as we're saying, this top lane a little bit scary for Rezo. CS-wise, he's sort of at the lowest at the moment in the cores, but and Chappie, 21 for 5 on this team, so we really are going to see quite a difference in the progress of Chappie into that of Rezo. There's already about a level of difference, and of course, as we're saying, fair CS lead, it's going to continue even more now that Chappie's got the phase boots, where I mean, at this point with the phase, he can sort of start to beat back a little bit onto S4, can't he? He's unlikely to get the kill on his own, but he can certainly trade a few punches.
As long as he hits them.
Yeah, sure.
That 70% miss chance.
Got to make sure that he stays sober. Yeah.
Pretty absurd.
Oh, a Poshka. He's got to be a little careful there. No-Tell does have a double damage. Punch him back. FN.
Didn't get to point out the wards in the beginning either, but OG did block the pull because, you know, they're playing versus an AA, so they were making sure. Oh, the shockwave actually off the mark.
I think that would have got the kill. Oh, it would have been very close.
Would have been close.
Yeah. But none of that, I mean, we're doing there, yeah. Going in with the phase and the Scorched Earth, 3 points in it at the moment. It does force S4 back to base. So, yeah, all things said done, I do feel Chappie is playing that bottom lane very well. So 27-5 against the 12 for 6 of the Brew. It's going very nicely for the safe lane during this game. The pick that, a little bit different, as we say, taking this team to the safe lane, but they, obviously Chappie understood the matchup, knew that he could play it as such, and
Jarek's mid.
all right.
He's got the netter and the stunner, so FN should be dead here.
A whole lot of pain for FN. No way to play his way out of that one, indeed. And that's the sort of rotations we need to be seeing from OG. You know, having this Chen, and as we saw there, you know, those 2 creeps, pretty much the best creeps you could have at that stage to make that sort of a gank, and you throw a disruptor in, you're going to be getting the kill every single time. Getting some deeper wards down. Vanscore, Poshka's help. And maybe thinking about going for S4 here on the bottom lane. He's moved out to the side camp. Chappie not quite level 6 with the Doom available. But,
it is nighttime. And
S4 hasn't got 6 himself. So he looks to be in a lot of trouble here if they can find the body blocks. And Dima Poshka can make sure
he's dead.
that it procs and S4 is gone. Empire. Yeah, very successful rotation down towards the bottom. And we're certainly getting the moves that we hope to see. And 6 minutes in, 1 gold lead for Empire, but it's still very close. OG now looking to shift it back in their favor if they can find something with this. Both Fly and Jerax coming around. They know that Ghosty is going to be utilizing this area of the jungle, but can they actually get the good jump on him? They have the familiars as well. A lot of things go in the way of Ghosty kill turn. Does get the Gale off, but already they've got the vision for the glimpse back. Surround him with the zoo that Jerax has brought over to Radiant's half of the map. That's a 3rd kill here for OG. Jerax and Fly making the movements, making the plays, and of course, nice heads up from No-Tell, making sure that the familiars are there with the support rotations. He's not going to try anything on his own in a 1v1 against the quad mid when they've both got 6. Might as well get involved elsewhere on the map.
I love that kind of play though, because, you know, Disruptor Chen, you would say they're good at ganking when they have these creeps. They have a lot of lockdown, but they lack the damage. But with those familiars in, they definitely have, and he's just going to keep doing that. He's going to keep those birds top so they can keep the focus and be able to try to emphasize
really
on the tower.
Now the question is that No-Tell doing it, or do you think he gives it to one of the supports to carry around with him?
I think he would probably share with Jerax or Fly here, because it's just so you can concentrate on your mid matchup.
Absolutely. You want to get the CS, and yeah, you want to make sure that you don't get caught out by FN.
Yeah. So this
getting
is
a chance for Sonic Wave.
This is cool too. Like, it's the catapult wave timing, so they're bringing it up and they're really trying to pressure the tower. It doesn't look like they're going to be able to claim it completely because Veno's still super annoying to defend those towers since he's level 5 already. But some nice pressure coming out from them. And fairly even game, but you know, about a 2,000 gold lead already coming out for Empire. Be it from the courier and from just how much Doom gets extra from the Devourer.
Sure, yeah. That's always going to make a bit of a difference. What do you expect to see from the safe lane during this game? So he started to stockpile the gold up. He picks up an Orb of Venom. Actually, no, okay, what's the plan here? Is he going to go for the... Okay, he's going to go for the drums by the looks of it. So the phase, the drums, he's going to hit that sort of, you know, that really nice early game peak where he can just run at heroes.
Yep,
and,
stats, aura.
Yeah. And very hard to gank as well. We're yet to really see the two supports. You know, Jax and Fly, they've looked towards mid, they've looked towards top lane. They haven't gone down bottom. It was always going to be a hard kill at that point, but now as the game goes on, it's going to be a lot harder to really send down a couple and do something about this Doom until you're sort of grouping up and fighting with resolution. Up top, Miposhka in the jungle finds out Fly. He'll glimpse, but not really the glimpse. There was the Dream glimpse, but it does only get him closer. The field will, though, hold Miposhka back. Still try and chase this one, but with it being daytime, doesn't quite have the speed.
That's forward the TP top. Ghostic getting comboed up the split. Super fast. Gets the stun off.
Time. They may get more out of this as well. OG sending everyone over towards Miposhka. They'll get him into the stun. Mass stuns coming out from OG. In fact, no potential for Miposhka to get out there. And indeed, a good rotation. FN is coming in with the invis. Does have the Sonic Wave. Yeah, isn't going to do anything with it, though. They're already back up to full no-tail in Jax. He does not have the burst or the mana to go for that sort of play.
He got a big troll, at least, from me. He killed Jerax's netter.
That's something.
That's something.
Net worth, though. I mean, Brezzo, he's having a fine old time now. Did have a bit of a beat down earlier. He's still a long way behind Chappie, but you've got to credit the Devour and the fact that they get the kill. And they did also, of course, get that very early tier 1 on that bottom lane.
Exactly.
Makes all the difference.
He's going Midas, you know, he's trying to make up for that gap. You're playing versus Doom, you want to be able to get that farm up. And this is a contingency plan, like we were kind of mentioning. OG only has, like, you know, they have the Visage, but it's really on the CK for that late game to become that huge hero. So he needs that big farm.
So they get it. Late Chappie, smoked up, rotating up. Resolution will be such a beautiful pick. Look how low he is, straight in with the Doom. No messing around, Empire. They'll get the CK. S4 will be able to walk himself out of there, but Empire do not mind. They got the kill after taking down that Chaos Knight. He did manage to purchase his Midas, but it's 20 seconds where he's not going to be able to pop it, so a little efficiency loss. But 9.5 minutes in, not necessarily the quickest of Midases, but Rezo does have it. And as you say, you know, if the game continues at this sort of pace, it should allow him to keep on a similar level to Chappie.
Yeah.
And Midas is always nice, especially on any sort of these illusion heroes now, you know, nowadays with the attacks being benefited. You know, having those CK, that Phantasm, that extra chance to find that crit and just really beat down with that extra bit of pace to the punch.
We've got the support's trying to get their 6's bottom, but Fly already pings it out. He's like, I'm trying to get my 6. This AA is trying to get his 6. He's alone. Let's make the rotation down. We see Rezo already making that maneuver down there to try to get the catch, but
Vanscore seems to work.
Knows
yeah, they're actually going to scan out movement as well. They do clip just one, but that little red flash is enough to get Vanscore out of there.
Yeah, he's like, there's no response top. He actually sees them running bottom through the ward that they have that Vanscore placed, that he had placed earlier, so he knows, yep, they're on their way down here. No Tail also queues up the Midas in the Visage, so he got the medallion, and, you know, of course, he's probably going to take the experience down.
Poor old Vanscore. He was aware that something was going on, but he didn't keep himself true, backing up all the way. Headed over towards the shrine. OG were there ready and waiting. And now OG off the back of that kill can move straight towards mid. They, of course, have got an insane amount of push here with Jax. With No Tail's familiars.
They've got very durable heroes, like the Gravekeeper, No Tail. They've got a heal in a second too, and then a Panda in the back line.
I mean, this is something, once OG sort of hit this time where they want to group up and go, it's going to be quite hard for Empire to stop this sort of mass push.
It's just Veno.
OG pull out the stage, yeah.
Yeah, it's just the Veno wards pretty much at this point that can slow them down, because AA is not 6. They don't have a great straight-up initiator. And now they're making their way bottom.
Rezo, he goes straight in. He's like, someone
He branched him. He blocked him with the branch, Van.
What? I mean, it's a cute play, but Vanscore's being hunted. They'll finally spot him out. Fly actually TP'd out before offering any spells. Looked like they're trying to go for a fight as well at the same time on the top lane, where they've in fact caught out the Venomancer. Ghostic gets taken down.
Vanscore using that Ice Vortex for the increased movement speed.
He may just get away.
Look at him, he's booking it.
Look at this speed on him. We'll be able to... Oh. I'm a little confused. Is this a replay of what's actually happening now?
It's happening at the same time, yeah. This one top.
Oh,
Chappie actually dies top as well, so Ghostic and Chappie both go down.
Chappie? What was he doing up there?
They were trying to get return kills while Ghostic was dying.
Okay, yeah, a little.
No Tail, you know, this is the thing, is you think you're going to kill this Visage, but Gravekeeper's Cloak is so absurd how tanky it makes it.
It's nice, yeah. Especially with the 4 points in it. Well, being involved in that kill as well has put him very close to having the Midas recipe. If OG can take some more towers, that'll certainly make No Tail a little bit happier.
Yeah, and
one's going to go down bottom.
Once you get your Midas, like, he's level 10 already, so he takes the XP talent, so he's going to be able to just surge up in levels very quickly in this game because of that. Tower, bottom goes to Rezo.
Rezo.
Oh, you get doomed up, but okay, they should have the chase down for him.
They have got
the send home! Send home from Jarrett.
Oh, he's going to get him out before the ice blast comes through, isn't it?
It's not going to hit him.
No.
He's safe.
Oh my goodness. Jerax, what a beautiful man. Nice little save.
If the blast hit him, he was dead for sure, but it was...
He could have had to, like, sort of throw it short and just hope to clip him on the edge, yeah.
Had to try, but it's, I mean, CK is one of those fast heroes, and just perfect positioning from Jerax. They don't think they expected him to be there. Yeah,
Jerax having a very strong opening as well this game. 4 assists, yet to die. He is level 6, so he's not been necessarily missing out too much on the XP.
Oh, they're making their way into the rush pit. They've got the medallion, they've got CK with one of the levels of crit.
And it's a pretty safe rush to do, of course, with all these extra creeps. A lot of things to tank it. They're not going to be falling low themselves. Phantasms at the ready if fight kicks off. And in fact, it may jest. Miposhka comes a little too close. The stun connects. They'll bring him back in. He can't get himself out with the kinetic field, holding him down. OG get themselves the Night Stalker kill, get straight back into the pit. And with one member down, can Empire do anything about this? They do have the ultimates. They've got the poison over the Ice Blast if they want to try. It's still, you know, it may be a safe rosh, but it's a slow rosh as well for OG. They don't necessarily take it down super quick at this stage. And in fact, probably not before Miposhka is going to be back up, so Empire may have the full fireman. Yeah, they're a little spooked on this. They're not taking it quite as quick as they would have hoped for.
It's too, like in order to kill it, they have to have like 3 people pretty much hitting it, and that's where it puts them into a very scary position, because they can just get comboed by the Quap ult with the Veil, AA Blast, etc. Ideally, they wanted to kill it faster. They probably thought they would too, you know, the 7 armor reduction from the Reality Rift and the 7 armor reduction from the Medallion, but yeah, it was just a lot slower than they would have hoped for.
And I like this as well, you know, Chappie, very close to having a full solo stun as well. And, you know, once this Doom's sort of in the fight, he's going to be very hard to take down at this stage, because they don't really have the hugest of magical nukes. A lot of it relies on sort of the CK, the Brew, getting their hands on them to slap and beat them down, especially if they don't have the Primal Split available. So Chappie should be able to sort of waltz around, chase them down with the Scorch stuff, and do a lot in these team fights.
So Chappie did just play it recently. We just saw it coming up the WCA qualifiers. He went the Solar Crest, BKB Radiance build is what Nox was letting us know there.
I mean, that sounds glorious in a game like this. If he can get there, that's the thing. And we can see OG 9-3 at the moment. Only a 1k gold lead.
He should be able to, just because you see the mass Midas is coming up from OG, but top we have a fight going on.
Yeah, man, I can just hold down FN a little bit with the Static Storm. It doesn't look like it matters. They've already lost the Disruptor. FN still ready to fight, manages to nuke down a second. Rezo does get the stun, but FN gets the blink off. He's out.
Got the Doom's
dropped down. Yes, S4 cannot offer anything to this fight. The Sonic Wave finishes him off. FN gets the double kill. Empire as a whole have already taken down 4. Now they're hunting down Notel. He's got 1 familiar left to try and help him. Does get the 4-man stun, but it doesn't matter. They'll get the kill. Triple kill for FN. Empire team wipe OG, and they lose nobody themselves. They're all out. They'll even farm up one of the familiars. Win, 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 all the way to the bank there for Empire. What a great fight. And it just was all started off a little bit messy, as we saw sort of a panic. Static Storm thrown straight down onto FN. They didn't have the control or the damage, and as you say, the Doom from Chappie, perfect. S4 starts to waltz in. Doom does straight away. Nothing that he can offer, and OG just absolutely steamrolled in that fight.
That's how Empire wants to take fights. You know, you run at the Disruptor. That's what we talked about, is that Disruptor is just not very good at what we ran at. But mid lane,
they should be able to kill them, as we see. It takes quite a few resources. They do get something after they're back in. After that, they've got the vision on Miposhka. Strikes there, but the glimpse not quite back off cooldown, but still obviously overall.
Chappie
great
spent
news.
His gold at least.
Yeah, for Empire.
Chappie's got now Solar Crest finished, which will make him a lot tankier, at least for that. But yeah, now S4 does have Blink Dagger finished up for those further engagements, but that's how, you know, OG needs the Panda to start the fights. Yeah. If they get ran at during the nighttime, that's when they're going to suffer. But right now, they've got some downtime. You know, it's 4 minutes until night comes out for Empire, so now maybe OG will see them making that aggressive move.
I'm going to guess ideally, what if you're S4 in these team fights? Are you looking to blink and actually disable the Doom himself, get him chucked up in the air so he can't drop the Doom on one of your cores?
Just anything. He needs to just start the fight, Just get in there.
Vanscore actually is going to get the Ice Blast down to Fly. Fly's going to get right-clicked down. In fact, Vanscore gets the kill. They have to pop the Primal Split to kill Vanscore. They do get a second. OG, they want to find more than just 2. They pick off the Venom. They will be able to bring back Chappie, now fighting. With Rezo and Phantasm, they're doing the big damage. They've taken down 3. They only lose 1. This time it's OG that do indeed get that jump. They come over aggressively onto Empire's half of the map. And when they're able to kick the fights off themselves, it certainly looks a whole lot better.
I love when people get rifted onto high ground terrain like that. Poor Chappie. So yeah, like we said, you know, Jerax, Midas, Visage, Midas, Panda, Midas. Midas is all around.
I mean, talking about, I was going to say for Panda,
Oh, I didn't say Panda, sorry.
But S4, I mean, I would have liked to see S4 get a minus as well. They certainly have an argument to get one on all 4 of those heroes, but yeah, 3 of them so far have it. And yes, a Midas into the Ags. Get those ancient sounds, such.
Yep.
Still the strat here.
Auras and group up.
Yeah.
Name of the game for OG.
But Empire certainly holding on very well against this lineup that sort of wants to do this, as we've seen with these early attempts down the mid lane and getting the fights going. FN, top of the net worth, as you said, was the one to look out for. He's on one of his heroes that he absolutely loves to play. He's had a solid performance this game, 3-1 and 2.
One of his best, in my opinion, his Queen of Pain. He tends to have very solid games on it. When it's not really the most prominent hero in the game still, some teams really like it, some teams just don't touch it at all. But both teams are recognizing this is going to go late. Like, you see that, Doom takes the Devour talent, like we said, the Midas is on OG. They understand what the pace of the game is going to be.
It looks to be that exact build, as you said, on Chappie's Doom. Queues up the Radiance for his next item. Still quite a while away from it. FN, Veil, Yules, and into the Lincolns. Once he's got the Lincolns and the Yules, he himself, it's going to be very hard for OG to catch this. Sort of going to have to hope for a straight-up static storm, but even then there'll be the Yules to buy him some time to avoid the damage.
So Empire can, when it's not nighttime, and it was for the moment there, but they have good heroes that can, like, shove out the lanes, like always push out the lane so they can always be sure to take fights and kind of read where OG's movement is. So the Quap can always spam out, Veno's just going to sit in the lane and constantly throw the wards down. While you look at OG's lineup, they don't really have heroes that can push waves out very nicely. It's actually pretty horrific on their side. They have to use like Familiars, the Panda Clap. They're just not really the same kind of concept in comparison.
Rezo as well, going for the Master Illusion build. Is farming towards that Manta style as his next option. Things are a little harder to catch him out, and still, those Manta Illusions can still pack out quite a punch.
Yeah.
And cause a lot of confusion as well, in these fights, because it's like, is that a Manta Illusion? Is it Phantasm? Suddenly they're all attacking.
Remove the silence from the Nightstock can be really useful as well. But yeah, it's more so, I would say the distraction is the big one, because there's so many targets. Like, what do I do?
Things settling down a little bit now as we get to 20 minutes in. Roshan, of course, still there. No team yet getting confidence to go back in, but Empire
waiting for night. Yeah, it's about 5 seconds till nighttime, and that's when they hope to try to take some decent fights as long as they get good initiation. But they do know exactly where OG was. They did just see 1 or 2 heroes in that area. Veno is not there right now, though.
Oh, who's going to get the jump on who? OG relatively grouped up, all ultimates up, ready to pop. Empire obviously have a glorious wombo combo. If they land, the Nova, the Ice Blast, the Sonic Wave, that will get the kill. Resolution started playing around with her on the edge of it, but he pots the Phantasm, turns back around towards Paposki, looks to get over the trees, but he is caught out by the Primal Split stun, critted down by the CK. That's one god on Empire. Can OG find anything else? They get the vision just in time to grab back Chappie. He's very tanky though on this team, has the Scorched Earth, still has FN in the neighborhood to try and offer something, but as we saw there with the Gravekeeper's cloak, No-Tail taking very little damage.
Ghostic takes top tower during that.
And Chappie, he is gone. Rezo grabs him back, finally gets popped. It's a big tower target, but as you say, Empire looking to get things done elsewhere.
They tried to retreat, as hard as they could. They saw the Panda blink in and start to split, and everybody just was like, get out, as soon as Panda splits happened, but that's the power of the Disruptor, Even if you're trying to retreat, 1 or 2 people are going to get caught. They end up losing the Doom, which really sucks, but at least they get a top trade tower out of it, which isn't the worst situation.
See as well, the Familiars just being used to keep eyes on what Empire have sitting on that top lane. Both FN and still Ghostic remaining in the neighborhood up top. Just have to be careful. Those Familiars constantly poking them back. Nice blast to hit on Rezo, but no one else around to follow up with any burst. But it will force at least Rezo and Jarek to back up a little bit. Still just very, very close in the net worth. As we can see, amongst it all, FN keeping the farm very solid.
Yeah. Empire's got a good amount of map control with the towers that they've taken. Now they have a lot of liberty to keep that top lane always forced in. And OG's always going to have to be responding toward top. There's no split up right now. It looks like Miposhka's trying to make the go on Panda, or on Brewmaster, but Or gets the blink off, and he's back toward his team. So nighttime still for another 2 minutes or so. So Empire still looking to lead the way.
Let's see if they can do anything here. Yeah, Empire grouping up 5 down the mid lane. OG close by. Scan from Empire to check the high ground. No one's there. They head up. Interesting, actually. Potentially Chappie Actually, hold that fork in mid lane, trying to go in onto Ghostic. He just managed to get himself shoved down to the low ground, but still, they should have the control to deal with that Venom. They have the familiar stuns. Well, he's still alive for the time being. In fact, he may get out of here. Pops have the Nova. They've actually lost Jerax on the Chen over on the side of OG. FN caught the static storm, but he still manages to get the blink off just in time, keep himself alive. Finally, Miposhka falls as they lose 2 on both sides. Right, that's right, 2 only on the one side of over, 2 for 1. Now they make it a 3 for 1. OG getting Chappie as well off the back of that. So this time OG getting the lead, taking the 3 heroes. They couldn't quite find the combo there. We saw the Poison Over sort of being thrown at a bit of an inopportune moment as potentially Ghostic was worried about being taken down, but he actually ends up being one of the ones that ends up getting out alive.
If S4 gets split off, it seems like Empire just can't fight. That's just the nature of it at the moment. They got Jerax, sure, like the amount of damage from the Veil and the Ice Vortex on the ground, it actually makes so much magic damage coming out from them, but yeah, if split goes off, the fight just becomes so difficult. There's too much to deal with. Chen creeps, Phantasm, Panda Brewlings, Visage Familiars. There's so many different things inside the fight that they can't really focus fire.
All top. Got the silence onto Jerax. Ice Blast. Gonna be on the spot with a Veil, and that's more than enough burst to bring him down. What do you think about this option choice from Chappie? Maybe seeing all the Midas on the other side, actually, rather than going straight for a Relic Radiance, picks up on Midas himself this game.
I like it. I think it's a very late Midas,
it's a lot later
20 minutes.
Yeah.
But I think they're recognizing, they saw all the Midases on OG, and they're probably like, yeah. OG has it's pretty much the CK late game. It's sure Visage becomes kind of powerful too, but I think their lineup on Empire is going to scale way harder if they just take it to super late.
There we go, Aegis into the hands of Empire. OG were smoked up, but they didn't find the opportunity to get involved in that attempt to try and put a stop to that.
It's still always scary, you know. It's like they can take it super late. CK is one of those heroes that can just demolish the whole game kind of by himself with the Phantasm late, but the Doom is the factor. You know, if he just gets doomed, there is no CK anymore. There's no Phantasm, no nothing like that. So I think that's what Empire's kind of hoping to have is FN. They know he's going to be absolutely massive this game. He's going to have Linkens any moment now, so he's going to be incredibly hard to kill. But the Doom just has to get the Doom off on either the CK or the Panda.
Well, maybe that's the problem. You know, you look at that, you say you need to Doom the Panda or the CK. Like, who out of those two, I feel like if you don't Doom S4 and as you said, you know, if he gets the Primal split off, you have a lot of troubles in these fights. And, you know, vice versa, as you say, CK can get the Phantasm. So you sort of need to, rely on the Night Stalker and the Doom to go for 2 separate targets.
That, yeah, exactly.
But then there's the Manta in play, so suddenly, you know, the Doom has to prioritize getting the Doom on the CK, and Night Stalker has to find out the Brew.
For now, I think prioritizing the Brewmaster with the Doom is the definite idea, but then later on, once it becomes the CK with like a Heart Manta, that is the absolute priority. FN blinks in, very aggressive.
He's just getting stunned up and brought down. He has, of course, got the Aegis. Ice Blast does connect onto Rezo, but the Static Storm's there. It's going to hold FN back. He can't offer too much more for the time being. Fly does get hit by the Nova, straight up with the TP. In fact, the control from Jerax with the Centaur, stomping up FN. Make sure that they get the quad. They drag in another as Rezo brings back Ghostic with the Rift. 3 heroes down on Empire. That was a fight where Empire had the Aegis on FN, but they get absolutely stomped. Great play there from Jerax with the control needed to get those high-value kills, and now OG, they've got the push coming through straight down the middle lane. With only 2 alive, very unlikely that Empire can stop this tier 3 and maybe even more going down. They've got a fortification and will have Ice Blast being thrown down the mid lane anytime soon. But this, painful fight there for Empire to lose.
Yeah, Empire really wanted to try to go for the fight there.
FN jumping in like that, I know he had the Aegis, but that was incredibly risky. Now Chappie jumps forward, gets the Doom onto Rezo. They need to make the Ice Blast connect. Fans calls yet to throw it out, and in fact, he's been sent back. S4 goes with the T. I think he's going to live as well. He's definitely going to live. They both get out. A bit of potential miscoordination there. They needed to Doom and Ice Blast the same target to really have any chance of killing anyone. It didn't happen. They do stop the push, but they don't get any kills off the back of it. But the fact that they don't lose any racks, at this stage, that's probably good enough for Empire. In fact, down bottom, FN does find Fly on his own. No messing around, drops the Sonic Wave. Will get something at least. But yeah, the racks, they're alive. Empire, I think they're all right with that.
Yeah, like it almost was looking like the Doom Midas could have been a big culprit in kind of that, because like now he went for the blink. What if he had the blink before?
Oh yeah, for those
he could have maybe tried to get something like that off, but still. That's Dota, right? You know, just one small mistake and it makes like the items look different and makes them not look as useful as they could have been in the game. So we'll say, like you said, they defended racks. It's only a 4K lead for OG now, and Empire's got the greed that they're trying to take this game later on. And now Visage hits level 20. Got the pipe, Solar Crest, building toward Ags. Highest level in the game.
Definite worry is going to be there once Rezo has his heart done. You know, is there really going to be the damage on the side of Empire? Even if they do doom him and ice blast him, he's going to have a lot of time to try and walk away from the fight. That's going to be an incredibly tanky CK. Nearly hitting level 18 as well. Extra point of the Phantasm. Levels for FN, of course, looking the greatest at the moment. Again, level 19 on his Queen. And BKB after Linkers as well. So FN just building super defensively, and every reason to do so in these fights, as we've seen. Pretty much the only thing that's been catching him out and killing him has been the Static Storm. Arguably, he has blinked into a few of them, but once he has that BKB, he can afford to be a little more reckless and get away with it in these fights.
S4 is 7-2 and 7 in this game. Shows how much of an impact he's having on that off-lane brew.
Well, and once he gets that Assault Crest, these pushes, and that CK, it's going to one-shot heroes. You know, as soon as they get dragged into the Phantasm with that AC aura, that is going to be a deleted hero, no matter who you are at the moment, really on the side of Empire. It's an insane amount of damage. You're going to get the crit every time.
Yeah.
With that ult.
He's got the heart.
And Ags, of course, on Jerax.
They've got all the tools they need right now. It is nighttime right now for Empire, but OG's they've got the split up, and every time, like we said, when split's been up, they've won every single engagement.
Good old juicy 3,700 HP here on this CK now. 29 minutes in, Rezo top of the net worth. And let's see what they can find. If someone walks out of the base, they're going to be dead. So Ghostic better hope to hold on to the high ground. Empire, yeah, getting this long wraparound though. OG still smoked up. We'll see who ends up revealing first. Miposhka coming in. Smoke on both has come off. Miposhka does jump up. He has the vision, but S4 jumps in, gets the split off. They look to target the Night Stalker first. Miposhka, he is going to be gone. The rest of the side of OG looking to set up for more. They've got the control, holding up the Doom. Chappie does manage to get himself back, though. He's fine for the time being, but the Empire, they've lost two. Buyback is available on the Venomancer Ghosty, but he doesn't have the ultimate, and now the push is coming in. The illusion sent straight down the middle lane from OG.
Oh, goodness.
And look at this go. They've got to do something if they want to keep these melee racks alive, but I don't think they have it in them at the moment with just the four of them, and indeed they don't. Melee racks in the middle lane gone.
There's too many things. There's too many units for them to deal with, and now with the Ags on the Chen, as you were mentioning, he's got this enormous Ancient Granite Golem, which adds 15% bonus HP. And CK already has 3,700, so he gets pushed to 4,200 HP or more. It's starting to become more and more problematic for Empire as Ghostic falls further and further behind on this Venomancer.
And as they say now, OG, they've always loved the illusion push, and you know, Icefrog 40 nerfed it, but then sort of reminded that CK's illusion's still pretty damn strong. Top lane, Chappie jumping in, does manage to get the Doom off. Ice Blast connects onto No-Tail, but No-Tail in fact just beats down on Miposhka. Chappie heading into the midst of it all with the Scorched Earth. Ghostic gets the Gale onto two, but the heal's there. Look at this CK, he doesn't care about being Doom. Rezo's still pretty much on full life. The Sonic Wave finally finishes off No-Tail, but Fly has the control. Familiars has dropped down onto Ghostic, taking him down low with the Thunder Strike, dragging him back. Rezo with the Rift takes down Ghostic. OG still coming out on top of these fights. 2-for-1 trade. Rezo hunting for more. Vanscore, oh, he will survive. FN there with the bro play. Holds back Rezo, make sure the Vanscore can get home safe tonight.
That was without split too. They still can't even take the fights.
Or they save the illusions for hitting buildings.
Yeah, there's too many things for them to actually deal with. Like FN keeps having to scream to finish off heroes. He's not able to get like multi-hero ults with it because they lack lockdown on their team. They lack that kind of like multi-stuns. They don't have anything to... It's pretty much just the Doom is their disable on that team because Miposhka can't get in to get his crippling fears off. It's impossible versus all these illusions and creeps and etc. Visage familiars.
How do they stop this? It's gonna get dirty. It really is. Resolution with a fresh 2,600 in the bank again, still maintaining a very big lead. Yeah, and it just I feel like we're starting to see as well the struggles of sort of a safe lane Doom.
Yes.
When you're in a game that starts to go this heavily favored around the 30-minute mark and they start to steamroll and push. As a core Doom can do very little in this, as we saw. He needs to blink in, Doom someone. It's just sort of this one simple objective that you don't really want to have your safe laner do. Because where's the damage? As you say, where's the control? It's just not there. Fly?
Yeah. Oh, it gets
S4.
Yeah, and you look also, you know, it's safe lane Doom, right? Yeah. 32 minutes, look at his items. That's pretty underwhelming, you know, you feel it. He's only got 162 CS, 2 and 5 on the Doom. Ideally, you'd want him to have maybe even 2 more items on top of this. He's going to have the BKB at least, so that'll make him a lot more durable, but at this point now, it's looking very hard for them to actually deal with everything that OG has, even if they take it to that late game. So, like I was mentioning before, is like if Empire is even and it goes to like those super late game, if they get the Dooms off proper, they can take the fights. But right now, it's too much of a deficit. Even if they get it off, it's too much for them to deal with. It's too many things. Brew almost with the AC finished up, level 18, so he's got the maxed out primal split now. And No-Tail as well with that Aghanims finished with the triple familiars. Plus all the auras, it's a lot of damage is going to be coming out.
Very, very hard for them to deal with, isn't it? As you can see, both cores, it's sort of a bit of a race there. They know they're ahead. Rezo and S4 both trying for the AC.
Fine, it's fine to get both.
It really is. I mean, both on these heroes, it's a brilliant item. And when you're this far ahead, you just want to end the game as soon as you can, really. Pipe's now done on Jerax. It was a pretty rich Chen, and pretty much on the same amount of farm as S4's Brute.
The power of that Midas.
Yep.
That's why we've been seeing the rise of it, right? I think Puppy's been doing it too. The Midas into Medallion and stuff like that, into Aghanims on his Chen. Feels good.
Here we go, smoking up.
That's so weird how the Test of Faith cooldown on the talent tree only reduces the cooldown of the damage one. It doesn't reduce the cooldown of the other one. Even though it just says Test of Faith.
S4, oh, he's just walked into this. It's a bit of a nightmare straight up. He is gone. That is the Brew out of the fight.
He just bought too, so he's down for 64. That's like the first time I've actually seen the Crippling Fear get casted on the Panda in such a long time. Usually it's Miposhka getting initiated on, or them just not having the vision advantage.
The question is, what can they do with this, having one hero down?
They're chasing Rezo.
For top.
Derek might just have to send him home.
Chappie, yeah, they've got to get him out. They've got to get him out. I don't think Empire's going to have the damage to...
They purged it, right?
Oh, they did.
They have the purge creep on Chappie.
Chappie, what a beautiful man he did. He had the purge creep in him. Takes the send home off, and that will get them the kill. Chappie.
I was like, is FN going to use him? I was wondering if FN was going to use him to try to do it, or if Chappie actually had the purge. I clicked him and I saw it. So beautiful play there by Chappie, actually eating the small creep a bit ago to have it. And now FN has an Orchid now on top of his try items that he has. So still a game on our hands here for certain, even though it's a 10k lead for OG.
Especially if they get Roche, and well, with no Rezo for 50 seconds, they should have a good shot at this one.
Still going to be a split up in 5 with S4, but yeah, no Rezo is going to make it a bit harder.
Well, actually, with the I mean, already you see the familiars come in, they're like, okay, let's get out of it.
Daytime as well. They've got 1 more minute till night. And Jerax is also split pushing top with his ancient creeps, so he's got the wave in. He had the wave in quite far, and he just brought them back to himself. So OG buying themselves some time. Roche is up, they know that, and they kill it very quickly now. Yeah. With that Ags, Vlads, AC, everyone does a lot of damage versus not to be able to bring it down, even before Rezo's up. Solid press and familiars, yeah, there you go.
Yeah, they can't do anything to stop this Empire. OG absolutely destroying Roshan. Grab the Aegis, grab the cheese. Rezo back. It's time to push. TP's himself out towards the shrine. Looks like he's going to head down towards the bottom lane, get that wave pushed over as well. Let's see what they can do down here. They don't have pretty strong vision at all of this jungle of Empire. On either side, in fact. DD up top as well. Will be spotted out by No-Tail. Pretty
crazy how Split now. So Split at level 18 is a solid 45 seconds shorter cooldown than the Doom. And I mean, Phantasm is 130, so it's like kind of similar to the Doom cooldown, so they can kind of fight around that. It's close. But yeah, the Panda Split's the one that's only 100 seconds.
Yeah, Doom's cooldown is pretty
so
insane,
long.
Yeah. Let's see what they can do with it here. OG.
No-Tail, you've had Midas up for way too long. Are you looking for a big creep? Oh, he's just not Midasing. Ah, there we go. Thank you. My boy. He knows.
How do they stop this Empire? We saw them find a couple of picks outside the base, but when it comes to finding us 5,
they've got the glimpse.
It could get tricky indeed. Miposhka gets back with the 4 savers there. Now jumping from Chappie, slams down the Infernal Blade. Onto No-Tail, forcing him back, and we've seen the damage it does. It does bring him down low, and well, with the Ice Blast, that's him. Okay, the Gravekeeper's Cloak and the Pipe.
Should still die because the Gale and the Urn on top of him with the A-Blast.
There we go. Yeah, so they do manage to bring him down once. Can they do it again? That's the question. Already look at these Ancients beating into the tier 3. OG going for the slow but steady siege.
Those Manta illusions are so tanky. 4,600 life because of that.
S4 just jumps in now with the Primal split now. Looking on the back lines, Chappie tried to find a target as he blinked in with the BKB, but immediately has to get himself back out of there. FN blinks away, fortification popped by Empire.
They're focusing the buildings on OG. They all start pinging it out as well. And look at it go down to that Earth Panda.
There goes out the ult, but it only seems to catch the Familiars and the Primal Split Illusions. A bit more controllers. They'll throw out the AA in the air, hold him back. Now OG, they're happy with getting the melee racks. Now they want to make sure they get themselves out. The Doom's out, of course, onto the CK. So the wave will connect as well. Ice Blast didn't quite clip onto Rezo. Oh no, it did, sorry. But he still do damn tanky. Will walk out. No Tail is the one left behind. He's trying to bring down some heroes with him. It is not going to be the case as they'll finally finish him off. They do get No Tail, but OG get what they came for. They get the melee racks. They get themselves out, bar one. They're fine with that sort of slow and steady progression towards destroying the base of Empire.
Did Noto have his birds get... This is... So there's actually a spot.
His birds just died down there as well.
I think this is actually a spot. I've had this happen. You can't move them. Yeah. They get stuck on the bottom side of the map down here. I think I just saw that happening.
Stuck, wasn't it? Oh, No Tail.
It was earlier. It was stuck inside like the tree on the bottom, I'm pretty sure.
I thought they fixed that.
I had it happen recently in one of my games as well. But I'm going to glance back and check afterwards. But during all that too, Jarex had his Dragon top pushing that whole time. So the other lanes, sometimes you see like when one team's focusing directly on one lane, the other two start to kind of push out. But Jarex is taking care of that. He's making sure that he has an ancient creep in one of the other two lanes while they do those big pushes. They're doing a very good job of keeping that the map position for them. So Lincoln's going to be the next choice for Rezo to try to block that Doom, of course. Chappie's going to have his Radiance at least finished quite soon.
So we've got any 25 closing in FN is halfway through 24. Life still will certainly be nice for him in these fights.
Yeah. He doesn't have high armor is the one thing that's lacking. He's got 10 armor on the Queen of Pain. So if he wanted to go for something like a Mjolnir, it would be cool for him to try to get like the HP from the spell lifesteal, but he can just get like kind of one-shotted from a Phantasm since he's so low armor from that minus armor Reality Rift. We'll see what he decides to. He finishes up the Bloodthorn so that he doesn't have to deal with that obnoxious Drunken Haze and evasions that come out, and of course just the silence and giving him some more right-click deeps.
He's actually got the Bloodthorn there, and Radiance done for Chappie now.
Oh, okay. CK actually, Rezo changes his mind. Decides the Doom hasn't really been that horrible for him, and he's just going to go Butterfly, more evasion.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, yeah, because we've seen him he does get doomed, but he doesn't die, does he? He always sort of manages to walk out, and sure, it maybe slows down how much he can offer to the fight, but he's not losing his life.
I think he's like, I don't have slots for the Lincolns, I need to get other stuff. We need other people to build the Lincolns, so it looks like, Jarex actually puts the Lincolns into his quick buy, so he's going to be the one to build it for his teammates to throw it on them. And maybe we'll see like S4 build like a BKB or a Lincolns, and S4's got a BKB at least in his, to not have to worry about the silences. Just the Doom is the issue still. Alright. So still a 13k lead for OG, but you know, Empire's got, it's only 4,000 experience, and Empire's still fighting. They're still definitely showing that they can try to take these fights versus this very highly farmed OG lineup. 40 minutes goes by. We've got double runes now, so map control becomes more and more important. And OG will always kind of have that because they've got the mid lane cleared out, and they've got the bottom lane claimed with the racks, and they've always got illusions, Manta illusions, and Chen Ancients pushing down the lanes, so they'll always have those lanes pushed in now, which was a little bit of a problem for them earlier on.
Maelstrom for the No Tail now, extra bit of push. Make it clear. Keep these waves constantly pressured in against them.
Oh, big item picked up for Fly.
Oh, absolutely. If he catches FN, it's game over for the Quap.
Yep. They now can actually deal with it, the stupid, annoying Yule Scepter during the Disruptor ulti, because now you can't use anything. Same with the BKBs. So we're looking at Fly's Static Storms now for the next upcoming fights, on top of the S4 ulti, of course.
S4 as well with that extra bit of tank. Picks up the 20 strength talent on the Brood, so it's also going to be very hard to do with, even if he does get doomed. They've got the chance to walk him out of it.
Yep, just a bit tankier.
And one of those games where it's just very hard for heroes, I mean, like Miposhka on the Night Stalker. There's not too much you can do in these defenses with this pressure coming in. It's not a hero you want to be played when you're up against a 5-man that's shoving you back into the base.
And FN. So FN is still going to go for the Mjolnir. I think it's like he's so low on armor, but like feel like he kind of needs it to be able to deal with.
Yeah, they need damage.
They need to be able to push the lanes out faster. They need damage. They can't clear all these like illusions and creeps and all this crap. So yeah, it's almost like he kind of needs that. It's just depending on his teammates to kind of have him back up. They have like the Vlad's aura. They have the Solar Cresta at least on 2 heroes. So Miposhka can always throw it on him at least.
That's the butterfly dumb for Rez. I mean, he is well and truly stacked on this CK.
Empire's trying to play around their ward right now. They're sitting all around that high ground vision. But OG doesn't need to make their way down there. They only need that top racks left. And we see what happens when OG just throws everything onto that tower. It's almost like Empire, they try to fight, but it just dies to the creeps and illusions.
I don't think they do. These CK illusions.
Yeah, look, he's just splitting before. He's just running in with the split and gonna start beating on the tower.
I don't know how they stop this push. I'm pretty sure OG can just walk in. These illusions are gonna be so hard to take down.
They've got the glyph, but I think inevitably this is gonna go down.
Like,
yeah,
even
Sonic Wave,
the illusions are still living. They're pummeling in. Finally, fortification is popped. They do manage to keep it alive, but as we see, you know, once those cooldowns are off again, OG go back in. Jumping forward, what can they do? And Lincoln Spheres onto S4. They will get the Doom off onto No-Tail.
There's no split, there's no Phantasm.
As well, they don't have the Sonic Wave, but the punches, they're enough. FN managed to finish off No-Tail there with the help of Chappie. And
they recognize OG sending the familiars to go take the racks right now.
Oh, the rat is coming through from OG. OG may lose some members. Jerax will go down.
Look at Rezo. Rezo's even running his hero into the base.
Straight down to the objectives, Rezo. Miposhka, with the help of FN, will get S4. That is going to be the gem on the deck, but look.
They got the racks. They got the melee, at least.
Yeah, they got what they wanted.
So Empire, you know, they know Phantasm's down. They know that the split is down, so they try to get as many kills as possible to make up for that. And OG, they start running away with their heroes, but they send illusions, they send familiars to make sure that they can clean up the racks. So recognizing the objective play.
I think OG are totally happy with that. It was just, what, 2 range racks left?
Yeah,
and they're only just as well.
There's no glyph. Like, these range racks just die super easily.
Yeah, and so it's very unlikely that Empire can do much with this time that OG had 3 down, but yeah, we see it again. Empire chasing, getting kills, but as you say, no, OG keeping a cool head, making the maneuvers.
Watch No-Tail's familiars here on the minimap. You're going to see instantly, like, he's dying, and he's just like, nope, I'm not taking him to the fight. Look at them just running straight to the racks on the minimap. So, you know, the whole fight's going on, and OG just like, let's just try to do what we can here in this fight, but objective is taking those buildings.
Empire, well, level 25 now on FN, so does of course have that spell life. With a Maelstrom, that's always very nice. He can keep himself alive if he doesn't get locked down. Ags will be the next option for Chappie. It's still quite a way from it, and also the Ags on Vansko. He's been looking for it for a long time, bless him, but not really getting the farm at all that he needs to close that sort of a gap. We're talking about Vansko, could be a bit of trouble. Does get glimpsed back, but Rezo can't quite close the gap for the stun. Looks like he will survive this.
Rezo's gonna go build the Lincolns anyway. Oh, have his own. Might as well. Yeah, he's got an item slot anyway.
Yeah, get rid of the Midas. Nearly has 25. Yep, on himself as well.
So No-Tail's about to hit 25 for that familiar movement speed, and then he can just literally fly the birds and take the racks. Is pretty much just with them, but they're very exposed. The line is drawn. Jerax wants to push the mid. They've got Dragon, Ancient Black Dragon bottom pushing with the fire. They've got Illusions pushing top, and time to close. Miposhka is gonna go down here, or certain.
Absolutely destroyed there by Rezo's Illusions. He buys back straight away. Knows that
familiar's bottom. Here they go. He's going for it.
Oh, it's dirty. Oh, is it quite enough? It is.
It's just enough.
Backdoor protection. Where are you at now? Poshka. He'll farm one of them. Probably will be it though, as he does manage to get stunned by the other 2. He's quite got the damage, really skill another, and yeah, can't quite get the void off.
Now Roche respawns. OG gonna kill that in like 4 seconds or so. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Got some good NA counting there, Fog. 20k gold lead. Empire, what can they do? But they're still playing around. They do actually manage to clear out a couple more of those familiars.
Yeah, there's no resummon either for another 30 seconds or so, but there's no glyph on Empire, and that should definitely be mega creeps there. We'll just see how they deal with it, how they can deal with those megas.
Chappie is pretty close actually, thanks to the Midas the Devour to his Aghanims. I don't even want actually no, he's already got the point booster. Oh, is it on the dead courier? I believe maybe. It says for his axe he only needs the last 3, so yeah, I imagine the point boost is there. So he's actually got the money to finish it off. Could make all the difference if he can land them in these fights. And actually smoked up as well, so he can get a bit of a better jump if needed. He may just also save on for the buyback gold.
OG's just waiting for the other 2 lanes to fully push in. Yeah, I think he needs to. It's like if they get Mega, they think they recognize it's only FN who can deal with Mega creeps to push them out. No one else can. They break the Lincolns on FN.
Here we go. Looking to go in onto Rezo. There's the Lincoln's taken off, but he gets the Phantasm off. Big oh, poor old chap. He just gets ripped to pieces.
My God.
They've lost the AA. FN's trying to focus down Jags, but his team's keeping him alive with the Solar Crest upon him. They've lost 2. They will get the Disruptor, but Ghostic, he's been chased down. FN does manage to find a second, but look at base. Rezo's just looking to end the game, and GG is called. It's all too much for Empire.
Chappie blinked into a Static Storm, and he couldn't BKB because it's an egg Static Storm. Oh, overall, Empire they definitely showed some strength, but it was pretty much Primal Split was the name of the game in this one. Every time OG